Start recording. There we go. I'm finally playing the heir to the MMO throne. Yes, that's right. Also, my light is so dark. Ah, it's a bit too bright for me. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, Larson, we've been wanting to do this together for a very long time. We finally got a chance. Oh, you finally watched Cyberpunk Edgerunners? I have not seen that, but I've seen a few little clips of it. Like, I saw the ad for it. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. It looks like it'd be a good anime, but it just doesn't feel very cyberpunk from what I saw of the ad. Also,
I've been told I should watch it.
I just want to point out there's a player over here called Daddy's Disappointment.
Hey, it's me, but not.
No, I just feel like the that typical anime feel clashes with the cyberpunk feel. It's probably a good thing of its own. What the hell? Oh, got some people in costumes. Did the event start today? I'm gonna teleport to the aft castle and see if the event pavilion is there.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
And yeah, and that outfit was from a past Halloween event.
Okay.
You can get it off the Mog Station though.
Okay. What are you eating?
Chips. Because I haven't eaten anything today, and
oh shit,
my stomach was starting to hate me.
That's fair. You should eat things. All right. So we have to get back to hand in these quests since we just ran out of earbud battery suddenly last time, but we should go to our guilds first while we're in town. So Kai, go teleport over to the Marauders Guild and do your thing. We will do our Arcanist thing. And then we're going back to Lower Lenosha after that. For quest hand-ins. Ah yes, this quest. Oh, it's time for the Arcanist quest that a certain Lalafell later in the story has a hard time with.
Ah. Yes, I know. I didn't enter things.
Overall, it keeps things fairly sober in the show, Larson. I should give that a go at some point. I don't know when the hell I'll have the chance to, but someday. Alright. Actually, our quest is in Middle Lenosha, right? So, we're gonna pop out to Middle Lenosha quickly to do our class quest. I don't know where yours is going, but ours is just outside the gate. Oh, also, it's an even day today, Kai.
It is. I should probably collect a beer.
If you have one.
For you, since you're kind of connected.
Yeah, I do have one. Collected time this time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Alright. Happy beer day, friend.
Yeah, happy beer day.
That darn near almost hit me, by the way.
Clink.
I went to turn around and it literally landed like.
Yes, it went past your head.
Was that the bottle cap flew off? Fun fact, the hotkey I use for my Beer Day animation opens the main menu in the game. Alright, Snow. Let's inspect some crates real quick, shall we? It's supposed to be here, isn't it? Wait. Did I miss a step?
Nope. Right here.
Oh, sure.
Oh, there it is. Why was it not showing up on the map? That's weird. That's really weird. Oh, because it's not one of my 5 tracked quests right now.
Yep.
There we go. By the way, Kai, I have a trick I can show you with quest tracking. Remember yesterday where it said that on the right-hand side of your screen, the tracked quests, only 5 will show up at a time?
Yeah.
If you open your quest log with J, if you've got a quest that you want to be tracked, but it currently isn't one of the 5, you can click the box to the right-hand side of the quest, and it'll fill in with a yellow square, and that'll force it to be one of the 5. If you ever need to do that. Is useful. Because I just had to do it for this one. Alright, now we are 5 levels above this quest, so let us just slap it. And yes, Larson, do not clink your glass against your laptop. Just make a vague motion in the laptop's general direction instead.
Blink it against your laptop, you pussy.
Do it, you bitch.
Would you like a bigger penis? Where would you like it? I can suggest some places.
Here she is. One of my top 5 game waifus. Got me a moment to cogitate.
Dude.
Right?
She's actually kind of cute.
She's not kind of cute. She's absolutely adorkable. As I watched you battle, the wheels of my mind whirled into motion, inventing other possible strategies you might have employed. Alright, let us see you there, cutie pie. Here she is. Clea. Just a happy little dork.
My character almost has the same tail. Except I decided to do the one that has the little, like, highlight on the end.
Do you think her tail is tingling with excitement? Maybe that's just the dancer.
Maybe.
Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. God, Arcanists are such nerds.
I'll wait till you get to Scholar.
Oh, I bet it gets worse then. I have not seen anything Scholar before because I haven't tried it. I look forward to it. Don't mind me, I'm just going to stand here with my comically oversized mittens. Look at these ridiculous things. I mean, these are silly gloves to anybody, but they're even sillier on a rugged. Saturday, Larson fell down some stairs while carrying a laptop and a glass mug. Oh my god. That is a situation. Alright. So Kai, what have you had to do for your class quest right now?
I've had to talk with somebody. I just passed somebody whose name is Hobo McNugget, and I don't like it.
That is a little disturbing. Is he a hobo that likes McNuggets, or is he a person that is eating McNuggets made out of a hobo?
1/2 dozen of the other.
Or perhaps both at the same time. Hobo on hobo. By contrast, on Sunday I smashed my big toe on a door frame and cracked the nail halfway through. Ouch.
That sounds
Yikes.
mildly uncomfortable.
Mildly. Am I? On frame rate. We gotta get away from the Etherite Plaza. There we go. That's one of the worst slowdowns I've had. Isn't it? I agree.
Running.
I also find it funny how Kalia's name is very similar to the name of a cat I had once when I was a kid. Which was Cleo.
Cleo.
She's almost a Cleo.
Never had a Cleo. Had a Chloe, though. She has the same letters, just different.
Are we still talking about cats?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The name I decided to give my retainer based off of Kai, it's like one letter off from that.
Leather Grimoire.
Instead of an I, like this character, it's an E.
Back to Nosha, whatever.
Lenoska.
Lenosha. And I only know that because I heard somebody say it in a cutscene. I used to call it Lenoskia before I heard it in a cutscene.
One friend calls it Limza Lenoska. It's like, you just crammed both of them together. You stop that.
You know what? I'm not even that upset
it.
about it. All right,
On my way to Lower Babushka.
I like that. Alright, we'll meet you there. Our next quest happens in both zones, so we gotta go to both places anyway. The nail being at risk of being torn off is a bit of an annoyance. Yeah, that would be. Alright, might as well start eating some of this food we've been collecting.
Yep.
At some point, I get to speak with somebody named Wahoy Mahoy.
That's a name. Alright, let's teleport out to Lower Noski. Meet up with Guy. By the way, Kai, do you have the has the game given you the skill that increases the amount of enmity you create yet? I forget what it's called.
Enmity?
Enmity, yes. An enemy. Oh, we're in battle music for no reason, which must mean that Kai's fighting something.
Hey.
Because we're not.
I see her. Or
Do
the
you?
direction at least.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's in that fate over there. Okay.
Yep. Full sprint.
Actually, once this fate is over, I got a thing I want to show Kai.
Okay.
Oh, it's one of these boss monster
Oh,
thingies.
this thing. Oh, hey. Yeah, no,
Oh,
you
level
got
sync.
this.
There we go. I helped. I shot it once. I'm helping. Alright, Kai, let me show you something for a second. Press P to open up your actions menu.
Forky, forky.
Now on the left, you've got some sections. If you choose roll, you'll see some stuff that all tanks get equally. And I think one of them looks kind of like a weird bird or dragon or something. Do you have that one active yet? What level does it say?
Weird
Forget what it's
bird
called.
or dragon.
Yeah, well, what are the first two things listed here? Tell me that.
Rampart and low blow.
Okay, what's the third one?
Provoke.
Maybe what I'm thinking of isn't on this one. Is it in actions, maybe? Do you remember the name of that one at all? Snow?
Which one?
The skill that toggles on and makes the tank give more enmity to things. I'm just trying to figure out if Kai has it yet or not.
Hmm.
Let me pull up a guide and see.
Yeah, because
It's defiance.
Yeah.
And
Defiance, yeah, okay.
It's an action.
Do you have that yet, or was it
Yes.
a higher level?
That's level
Okay.
10.
That's a toggle, so once you turn it on, it just stays on forever. You should have that on all the time. Basically, it makes it so that your attacks piss off the enemy more than usual. So it is easier for you to tank that way. Is good skill.
What about it states it as a toggle?
It doesn't say the word toggle, but it says it stays on until you use it again.
Where?
Somewhere. I mean, I don't have the word for word in front of me.
It doesn't say that anywhere.
All right, mouse over it and tell me what it does say.
Significantly increases enmity generation. Effect ends on reuse.
That's it. That's the sentence there. So if you press that, you'll get an icon at the top of your screen that matches the button. That's basically there to let you know that it's in effect.
Ah, I see.
It stays on unless you push the button again to turn it off. Which you really have no reason to do for the most part. Actually, one other thing we should do while we're on this, while you have the actions menu open again, go to the section called General. And there's a button in there called Limit Break. You're going to want to put that on your hotbar somewhere. We won't need it for a little while, but you're going to need it later. That's a fancy thing we can do in dungeons.
Yep. Tank ones provide shields, healers, heal and or raise party members.
Mm-hmm.
DPS, well,
Do a lot
expose the
lot
shit
of
out of
damage.
stuff.
Yeah. We'll talk about that more later when it actually matters later, but it's just good to have on the bar. Also,
True.
you can add more hotbars if you want. You're not stuck at just 2. I like to have 3, but that's me. Right now, we don't have enough stuff to worry about it. All right, Kai is running off and Danning, so let's catch up to her.
Okay.
Well, I'm still working on my quest that you told me to do, so...
All right, that's fair.
We're following for moral support.
What ours is somewhere.
Somewheres.
Hold on, let me double check actually. Rosling's is in the other zone. Janicles is also over there. Okay, never mind. Ours is not in this zone, so we will be doing ours later.
We're helping.
I don't know if we can help, but we'll be there and attempt to help. At the
Yeah.
very least, we will be moral support.
Boing, boing, boing.
Megalo crab nest. Nice.
Oh yeah, you needed some megalo crab for. I don't know if they'll actually show up, but I think you needed some for your hunt thing, right?
Yep.
Cutscene.
If you don't get enough of them showing up here, then you'll get them later on in side questing.
And just to kind of, just because I think they look cool and everything like that, I have a video saved of the level 3 limit breaks of each class, which it's like actually really freaking cool.
Some of them are
A
pretty
lot
cool.
of them. I love the ideas behind each of them.
They're very shiny.
Black Mage. Black Mage just casts fuck you.
Ah.
That's a good description in general of the class overall.
Black Mage. Meteor! Red Mage is flashy too. Holy crap.
I bet.
Their
Red
limit
Mage is a
breaks
flashy
thing-
class in general. Oh,
Gotta do a thing. Okay.
Yep.
We will sit and chill.
I'm surprised it forced her to leave the party to do that. That's weird.
It happens sometimes.
I guess it's a solo instance thing, but I would have thought it would just pull her in separate from us or something. That's okay. I've never tried doing class quests on a team before, so I wasn't sure what to expect. Black Mage. Make big booms and die young. Yep. Hey Snow, did you ever play Final Fantasy Tactics? Like the original?
No. No, I didn't.
Had a lot of fun with that game. So I decided to do something silly with that game at one point, because you can have a 5-person party in battles. I decided to make my party, all 5 party members were black mages. And I was like, alright. Upon experimentation with this, basically, whether I win or whether I lose, this battle's going to be over fast. And generally, in most cases, before the enemy could get close enough to melee me, I had half of them dead already. But if they managed to survive long enough to get into melee, they would wipe me out. Like, I don't think I ever had a fight that lasted longer than 5 turns. It was a funny experiment. Just huge booms flying all over the battlefield. I also once had a funny situation where I anchored a spell to a friend because they had because of the tactics thing. Rather than being your strict sort of back and forth turns. Oh, there's Hobo McNugget. They had a thing where like there was an actual time flow and different actions took different amounts of time. And so they had like the casting would take a certain amount of time in that game as well, like here. But when you cast a spell that was an AoE, you either centered it on a certain square on the ground, or you'd center it on a person as a target. And while you're casting it, if that person moves around before the spell goes off, the center of the AoE stays on that person. So at one point I decided to cast Meteor, which is the slowest casting spell in the game, as you might imagine. I centered it on my paladin, rather than on an enemy. And then it was my paladin's turn, who then ran forward and gave the entire cluster of enemies a big hug. And then the meteor landed on all of them. Like, they were a little bit out of my range, but thank you for helping deliver that spell to them.
Did
Everybody
not
died.
do any of my megalo crabs, weirdly enough.
Did they have slightly different names?
I
They
guess.
might not have counted. They might not have counted as the same thing. Don't worry about it.
I
We've got
was
a.
just murdering.
We have a side quest coming up that will be in an area where there's a bunch of megalo crabs, so we'll get it then. There you are. Potty. There we are. So, is your quest complete now?
I just need to report to the Axe Master.
Alright, well let's hand in stuff here first, since we're here. And we haven't done our class quest yet. Because we have to do it in... Ours is a two-part one, and one of those parts is... Well, actually neither one of them is close by. But... We'll get it knocked out later. Alright, sprinty time. So we're almost done with the quests here. So I say we knock those out and then like hand in the ones in town plus do the one that's just a bit northwest of us. Then we can go do the stuff in Middle Lenosha, including the main story quest. But in between that would be a good time for Kai to hand in her class quest. Before we go to Middle Noski. About to cry foul. Oh. Boo. Boo. Alright, time to throw some exploding bags at some birds. Skirmiar. Well, I certainly don't want a helmet, so I guess I'm going to take the ether. Alright, we need to go help the coachman. Like how this guy's axe is just like hovering about an inch off of his back in the air.
Ditto.
3 or 4 inches, actually. It's quite the hover he's got going on there.
Whee!
What do you want, lady? Beetlejuice. Fluid one can strew over crops to ward off pests. Alright. So this lady's trying to invent pesticide by using ladybug juices.
Lovely.
Yeah. Polypropylene 5? That's a player's name.
What was it?
Polypropylene 5.
Uh, okay.
Pretty sure that's a type of chemical.
It's a plastic.
Well, he just ran past us. By the way, Kai, we should make sure whenever we come across one of these NPCs that says Chocobo Keep, talk to them once. Just to register them. 'Cause you can use them as, like, fast travel points between each other. Not as fast as teleporting, but they're in different locations, so sometimes it's helpful. And it's cheaper. For example, this person right here.
It's just like a chocobo.
Yes. I don't use them terribly often, but I just figure it's good to just have them ready in case you feel like it. Might as well if you're walking around near them anyway. Okay. Got a couple of thingies here. Alright, have we all done everything in the little town area here?
Bug stuff.
Over here. Just
Right, but I
jump
mean
up.
aside from, like, have we handed in quests and done all the talking to people
Yes.
that we need to do?
Where?
Okay, I see Krend. The ladybug stuff is over this direction.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just making
fantastically
sure.
helpful.
Northwest, Kai, if you've
Yeah.
talked to everybody you need to talk to.
I'm moving around. Do you see the little blue blip on the map?
Well, now that I have a direction to look, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
over here.
Just gotta give her somewhere to start looking.
Yeah.
Hover axis, slightly more concerning relative of the hover hand. Yes. Exactly. Choppy choppy. Alright. Guess we might as well hand it in before we run to the other thing, since the other thing's kind of farther away.
Whee!
Alright, Mandragora, you get to live because we've already killed enough of you. For now.
Whee!
I've got your viscera right here, lady. We could have just let the ladybugs go on defending the crops as always and not squash them for their viscera, but I hardly see the science in that. Oh, you. Oh, good, I have much less silly gloves to wear now.
I have silly ones.
These are totally not bondage gloves.
Well, you... Yeah. Guys are definitely sillier, but they're not... They're not
Yeah,
quite
I
the
would
outright
prefer the
mittens.
bondage gloves.
Oh no, those are the mittens. Those are
Yeah,
the mittens
these
that
are
we had
mittens.
before. Alright. This way. Neum. You're just leaving the Mandragora to the Dick Wolves? No, they don't need saving. We're just leaving them to their lives. We'll leave somebody else to the Dick Wolves later, though, probably. That's inevitable.
When you end up failing a fate.
Yeah. Or when you end up encountering a fate that you can't handle and you just nope out of there.
Yeah. It's
Like, no,
like,
this is your problem.
"Sorry."
Bye. Yeah.
Managed to be just in front of you before running out of sprint. I timed that perfectly. Hey,
Ahoy,
here's
mahoy.
Mahoy Mahoy.
Mahoy, mahoy. Mahoy, mahoy, mahoy. He's doing a good, impression of Uncle Iroh right now. Alright. I'm gonna go mess with some kobolds. And also this guy's gonna have a thing. Fire and brimstone. Alright. Gotta get rid of some stinky gas. Oh, and these bats are a hunt log. Yay. Hunt complete.
Throwing crystals at plume. West's a real gas.
Yep. Get out of here with your danger puddles, kobold. Oops. Wrong turn. I want this tunnel.
Berserk makes a pretty decent difference on damage, doesn't it?
Definitely. I had to wait for the gas to respawn. Poof. There we go. Alright, we all have everything done in here?
Yeah.
No, Larson. No. No Dicton berries.
Would you like a bigger penis? Where would you like it? I can suggest some places.
Exactly.
Cock push-ups?
Alright, let's see. Oh, we do have... Alright, we gotta go back to the spot to hand that one thing in. I think that's gonna be it for this part. Then we can hit town so that Kai can do her Marauder's Guild, but let's head back southeast for the second. And it keeps slowly approaching. Well, that, as Tonberries do. I don't know if you've played much of this yourself, Larson, but did you know there's a dungeon in this game that's all about being slowly chased by a Tonberry the entire time?
If it's obnoxious. And they hurt.
Yeah, Tonberries are... Any Final Fantasy veteran will be immediately terrified by the name Tonberry. I'm just glad the corals are more merciful in this game. They don't have their instant death spell, usually.
Tonberries have the most terrifying doink.
They do. Doink! Dead.
the most adorable sound, but as soon as you hear it, you shiver.
Yes. Tonberry visual design is pretty cool, though.
Oh, they're really cool.
They're the cutest thing ever that can kill you immediately.
It must be Australian.
It must be. They've been training with the drop bears.
Getting the drop bears are training with them.
Maybe. Oh, another quick tip when you're looking at quest rewards and you're not sure what to take, you can right-click on a thing and do item comparison, and it'll give you the stats of both the new thing and the equivalent thing that you're currently wearing, if you want to double-check to see if it's stronger or not. Because sometimes it'll tell you for damage and defense, but sometimes the secondary stats like strength and whatnot won't jump out immediately. So that way you can check them, and if the new thing's not any better than the old thing, sometimes they'll offer you a bag of, like in this case, Allegan bronze piece. You can just take that for money reward if you don't want the items.
Mm-hmm. Which you can then
Which I just did.
sell to a vendor.
Yeah. They're pretty good money.
Yep.
Compared to other stuff.
Yeah, there's almost no difference between these items.
Yeah.
I'd consider this a downgrade, so...
I just took the bronze piece. Alright, now this guy's telling us about kobolds getting more aggressive lately. Which probably explains why they were just throwing bombs at us a minute ago.
So, Snow, did I lean too far into the icy bitch character? Being the name, the goddess, and everything else.
Oh, did you take Halone? I forget what you said yesterday.
Second one.
Minfina.
Oh, right. Actually, I'm not even sure if Halone is associated with ice or not.
Maybe, but I dig it.
I think I personally associate Halone with ice because Isgard is very snowy.
Oh, she is of ice, actually, so...
Okay. A lot of ice going on up there. Okay.
Are we going through there?
Oh, it looks like we got to go back through the tunnel once we're done talking to people here. So we will have to do that to finish that up.
Why is what now?
I can't overhear that.
Yeah, there's another... More NPC talkings. And after this person, we gotta go off to the west. Also, we gotta get at least one more buzzard kill while we're here. Me and Snow. Which I think we're farther... Do you remember if there's buzzards to the west or the north? I forget. I think they're north.
This direction, I believe.
Alright, we'll meet you at the quest marker in a second. We just have to go get one more hunt thing killed nearby. I don't know if you need buzzards as well. They're right here, though.
No.
Okay, done.
Ta-da.
Easy. To the west. I like these this lavender farm over here, though. It's very pretty over here.
Mm-hmm. There are several places in this game that are like really so pretty.
The majority of this game is very pretty. Square Enix has always been very, very good with their art. Especially when their artists calm down a little bit and don't over-design people's armor too much.
That's what makes
That doesn't
it
happen in this game too much, though.
best
That's that's some of their other games.
The over-the-topness is what makes
Mm-hmm.
Over the topness, yeah. There's Square Enix definitely falls into that sometimes. Sometimes with the Imperials.
That's what
in
squeaks
this-
do.
Yep.
Geeks.
There's a certain enemy faction that we're going to meet later in this game that falls into that a little bit. But mostly only with their higher up, fancy people. Friggin' Garleans.
Oh, jeez.
With Garlean armor sense need to calm down.
But the higher ups are so extra.
A lot of them really are.
Frickin' Nero.
Oh yeah. I actually kind of like him. At least he's extra in a way that's entertaining. Smack. Where's the other one?
Right there.
Alrighty. Way over back to town again. Hopefully we can get back to town for Kai to do her quest hand in after this, though. For class.
We can go this way too.
I'm going this way because I'm different.
Oh, okay.
Also because I was already on this side a little bit.
Well, we'll see who gets there first.
Whichever one of us decides to use the sprint button, probably.
I don't know why anybody would do that.
I don't know. Seems like a silly move to me. That was actually very close. Kai won, but by like 3 seconds.
We have a winner. It is the Pocket Dragon.
Yes. And then back to the Drowning Wench. Okay, so we have to go... we all have a reason to go back to town now.
Yee.
Alright. Let us slap that return button, shall we? Time to hover. Teleporting works better if you hover first.
Yee.
And make sure that you don't bring the dirt with you.
Exactly. Imagine the weird mess that'd be left in the world if the patch of ground you're standing on came with you as well every time. There'd just be like weird mismatching chunks of ground all over the place. Alright. Gotta go
Yeah,
back upstairs, talk to Baderon.
Oh, yeah.
Kai needs to talk to her guild.
Another pocket Durgan.
Oh,
Strawberry shake.
nice. He said that just as I was teleporting, so I didn't get a chance to see.
I'm still here and I can't find it in the sea of names.
Over here.
That's alright.
Over
Here,
here.
yes, correct. Okay.
I'm standing
There you
right
are.
beside you.
Going back over.
Do you see Aura?
storm puppy, Strawberry Shake.
Yeah, this.
The one in the wings.
Indeed. Definitely a pocket Durgan.
Ah. Yeet.
All right. Let's head up to the bar guild thingy. Talk to our boy Batteron.
Yeet. The Aft Castle.
Oh, what?
The Aft Castle is the quickest one.
Splashland Merp.
Up.
Don't worry about the aft castle thing, Kai. Just follow me. There's a staircase right here. We're closer to the staircase than we are to a teleport crystal right now.
You
We
literally,
ran away from a teleport crystal.
you literally
Yeah.
get to use the main aetherite for that.
Yeah, I felt like using the stairs instead.
Hey.
It's about the same either way.
We'll get cutscened on then.
I will. Fine. Bloody kobolds in it. You know, I feel like mine rats is less insulting than fishbacks. Although I'm kind of amused how they managed to get away with that one. Company of heroes. This guy really busts out the apostrophes when he talks, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Yeah.
Some accents just need a lot of apostrophes. What can I say?
Yeah.
Kobolds Ahoy is there. Okay. Alright. We're gonna go back downstairs, and
adventure.
Kai, you go ahead, teleport up to your guild, and we'll meet you outside.
I literally just walked there.
Yep, that too.
It was a straight line, so I figured, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
Mm.
Whichever you prefer. We'll be just outside the exit to the Middlenoski. Yeah. E-I-E-I-O.
Whee! It has been quite some time since I've run stuff with people. Actually, was helping two of my friends when they were playing. We ended up taking on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
That first, that poor
Sorry, what? Taking on Titan, and what did you say after that?
that poor healer.
Oh,
Friend
Yeah, that's
was friend was gladiator. Gladiator, paladin, whatever. Other friend was ninja, pretty
mm-hmm.
much. I was on black mage, and I forget what our healer was, but we kept dying, and the healer's just like, just go ahead and kick me. Y'all need a capable healer. It's like, dude, no, we're going to get through this.
This is how you learn to be a better healer. I feel like Titan's a
Well,
bit of
it
a busy
wasn't-
fight for a healer, because
it
he's always
wasn't
just throwing those AoEs around and stuff.
Like, they were a new healer, so
Yeah.
and it's like, no, we're going to get through this. Somehow or another, we're going to get through this.
The player needed to earn some XP. I'm hoping those 3 dungeons we have to do before that will be decent practice for me. I'm going to have to switch to Conjurer before we reach those, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't be a proper dungeon healer as an Arcanist. Plus, I don't think they'll even let me count as one for the queue anyway.
No.
Get to say slay Galagos.
Yes, monkeys. It is.
My favorite.
Actually, they're pretty close to where this quest that for the Kobolds Ahoy quest as well. So once you have your quest, come out to Middle Lenosha. We'll talk to this person over here for the Kobolds Ahoy quest, and then we can pop right over to get the Galagos right after that. Nice and easy.
I also apparently have to talk to somebody.
Uh-huh. Go on.
That's really all I had to say.
Oh. You said it in a
They're-
trailing off fashion as if there was something else after that.
They're in Middle Lenosha.
Okay.
Evergate, I guess.
Yes. I like how we've been
I got
neglecting the
armor.
main... Oh, nice. I like how we've been neglecting the main story enough now that we're 7 levels higher than the main quest.
Really?
That happens though. Going from level 5 to 10 is super fast.
Cricket.
Alright. North... Actually, not even north. Southeast. That's the one.
This way.
Not the north.
Uh,
The anti-north.
You see, Summerford is this way, so
Yeah, but we're not doing that yet.
that's a turn in.
Yeah?
Why
We'll
would
get
we
there.
not
We'll get there soon. Come southeast first.
all of the back-asswards shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to scoop things
Worst
up.
part is, you know it's back-asswards, and you still do it.
Yes. I'm trying to scoop up the quests in a way that is geographically efficient, which makes them sometimes order of what level they are weird. It makes for less running around back and forth this way, though.
Makes for less playing the game? That's weird.
I'm not sure that traveling is gameplay so much as actually performing the quests is gameplay.
Part of the gameplay.
Sure. But still. Alright, here's your letter, buddy. Alright, and that... Where's that person finish up? That's over in the Summerford area as well. Okay, your
Loading.
monkeys that you need to fight are right through here. If we go through the checkpoint. Has everybody talked to Ostfir?
Yep.
Okay.
I suffer.
Have you given
Yes.
this man his letter? All right.
I have,
this
yes.
way. Come this
Yes, Ostifer the officer.
way. Well, let's go over here so Kai can spank some monkeys.
Ew.
Alright. Your Galagos quest is just over there, I believe. Because that is where the monkeys is.
Over there. Oh, hey. It's being surrounded by...
Who did you piss off, Snow?
No. I'm not getting too close because sometimes these will attack on sight. But you see the giant bat over here, or Bastel?
Oh,
That is
there
that is a hunt.
I don't see it. Where is it?
Oh, I
there.
see it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's level 50. Don't piss it off
You will explode if you try to fight it right
immediately.
now.
It will look at you and you vaporize.
Yep. No, I'm telling you this because my ninja friend decided to. It's like, oh hey, an enemy. I'm gonna try to fight one, and yeah,
Whoops.
don't do that.
All right, Kai, did you get all your monkeys slapped?
Yep.
All right. So, now we'll go to Summerford then. Also, Larson says, "Do it, you cowards." No.
No, John.
Got that set up already, I see.
Boing,
That's an assertion.
boing, boing, boing.
I don't know how I feel about being a soundboard button used on me.
Fucking weird on every level.
There you go.
I can carry on entire fucking conversations with this shit. I love it.
Yep.
I can carry on conversations with the soundboard itself, which is fun too.
I'm not used to hearing my own voice during my own stream. Oh,
Adorable.
Kai
So
explode.
this camp here is full of aggressives. Oh, okay. I guess not
Actually not.
during.
Maybe
not
that only happens
during-
during a quest.
Yeah, that and a fate.
But also, if you point to them, you'll see that they have lines between them. So if we attack one of them, we're going to have to fight like 5 of them.
Yeah. So let's not fate.
That's just rude, Larson.
Prosit.
Make sure to attune to the 8th right here.
Huh?
Make sure to attune
Yeah,
to
there's
the
a-
8th right in the middle of
Yeah.
summer.
They've got one of those big crystals that we need to rub ourselves on.
Yep, it's up here.
Also a chocobo keep.
Yeesh.
My face is very rude. I agree.
Before I turn in any quest. Oh, I see Hobo McNugget. But yeah, before I turn in any quest, I always make sure to grab the 8th right in the area.
Oh yeah, that's a high priority item right there.
I'm rubbing my butt all over your stuff.
Please tell me the button for that one, the icon is just a butt.
It is the words "my butt all over your stuff."
Oh,
Wait,
it's a big button.
There's trick.
It's got room for all those words. Sorry, what's now?
There's
It's
trick dummies.
Yes.
about about 22 millimeters across.
Not bad. Still, we're in the old bastard. Nice to meet you. I like your pink shirt. Admiral Mirrelwib. She's fun. I look forward to meeting her.
Battery for my micrometers is dead.
One of your what?
Battery for my micrometers is dead.
Yes, the quest of make sure your equipment doesn't suck.
Mm-hmm.
But since we did all those other quests first, our equipment is cool. But that's basically how the game teaches you about item levels, essentially. Markers in the grotto. All right. Time to meet a certain very special kitty. Alright, time to investigate some tattooed thugs. Kidnappers and miscreants all. Yeah, I think Star Wars did an item level thing too. But yeah. Oh, this guy wants something. Birdag wants something. On oranges. Good night, Larson. Sleep well, sir.
Yay.
Hey, Larson.
Cock
Good
push-ups?
to see you, friend. Not that, though. Alright. So let's see, we gotta pick some oranges, we gotta pick up some trash, and we got to investigate tattooed kidnappers. One of these things feels very different from the other two. Oh, there's a name. Tsunami Mayetulosba.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Alright, yeet. Out of my shins.
Whee!
Kai's rubbing herself on the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was picking up everything else,
Oh,
such as the tiller, shovel, etc.
gotcha.
Yeet.
I did that on my way in, so I had that covered. Because I went around the other way. Like a goofball.
Definitely a weird.
Yeah. Alright. Let's clean up some more trash. So the strewn debris you can just pick up, but the rocks you have to use the thing on. For some reason the shovels are I guess with each shovel breaks on each rock. That's why we had to get 3 shovels. Just leaving their booze all over the place. How rude.
Either that or it's one shovel that gets, 3 uses before it breaks because you're dealing with heavy rocks and shovels aren't designed for that shit.
Yeah. Well, I already been through 2, so I can't test that to see if it's actually one thing that gets used 3 times or 3 things that get used once each.
Well, the description is Tiller's shovel, not Tiller's shovels.
True. That would be the logical way to do it.
Well, you got
Who
3
knows?
things, you only ever interacted with 1.
Also true. I'm just giving this orange the hover hand. If that were a Wesp. If I saw a hornet this big, I would run screaming. That is terrifying. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
Whee! Whee!
Mhm. Level up. All right. You guys got all your oranges? Oh.
Have not gotten
Guys-
oranges, no.
Guy's doing a
Okay.
thing over here. Let's join Kai.
E.
I have not found the oranges yet.
You what?
I hadn't found the oranges yet.
There's a bit west of you. Oh, going on a Mandragora killing spree. Oranges is in these trees here.
Ta-da!
That's a
Also, terrifying wasps.
big wasp. I bet it would be deep fried lovely.
Possibly.
I would deep fry a bug that big.
I would definitely try that. Lots of meats
At
on
Stranger.
there. You what?
I've had Stranger.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. I mean, I think escargot is pretty much on par of equal strangeness.
That I have not had.
I haven't either.
It has barely any flavor.
I would
It's
try
basically
it.
just. It's good. I mean, it's basically just something that you put garlic butter and cheese on.
Way to transport garlic butter and cheese to my mouth. That's my new
Yes.
favorite thing.
Exactly. Okay, we got to go into a cave for this one over here. So it's not. We can't go directly to the thing. Go back up here, and back over here this way a little bit, where these pillars are.
Yep. Over here.
Is an underground.
This way.
In fact, you see on the map, it's got like a little downward arrow on it. That means that the elevation is downwards.
Hey, a buggy.
Yes.
I need to kill these.
So do we. You no longer need to kill them.
I know, same.
This
Well, we'll
is-
do one more anyway. 2 more, I guess. Luna
We-
Kitty.
We will have to do solo. Each of us solo.
Let's see if it'll just let us do it that way without having to break up the team.
Party.
Yeah, so the level sync thing, if we are above level 9, which we are, we will be treated as if we are level 9 for this fight.
That's fine.
That's normal.
Mm-hmm. I think Star Wars did a lot of that, if I remember correctly.
I had to do it for that fate, so.
Yeah.
So good.
I am the waves that
And
bear.
here we'll meet
I am the winds that guide. I
somebody.
am the evening stars. I am the morning sky.
Somebody with a great
I
voice.
am born of the sea, and there shall I die. Thus
of
reads
my
the
favorite
sailor's
characters.
requiem, carved into yonder stone.
Cultured conjurer. Yes, she is.
Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their
She looks
lives.
so weird in this outfit.
It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not.
That's a big boy.
As I suspected, the
You're
etheric
wearing a
disturbance
pressure
here is
gauge
no
around your neck,
natural
lady.
occurrence. Nor is it a
You're not entirely
coincidence
wrong.
that the two of
Ac-
us should
actually,
come
it's an
here
aether
in
gauge,
search of those
yes.
responsible for the disappearance.
It is a measurement tool.
only to be attacked.
Used to measure, well, to measure
But who stands to benefit from the keeping?
Which is
of this
probably done in
secret?
millipascals, so therefore
Oh,
pressure.
Such thoughts must
Yes.
wait.
Mhm.
Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Now, to battle, let me get out my stick with leaves on it. That's going to be me a little while later when I pick up that class. I like how these creatures have like little trees growing on their backs and shit. Get him, Carbuncle. Oh, I got incoming bogeys. Why do they make such cute noises?
because yes,
Oh.
they do make absolutely horrible noises.
Squeaky little fuckers.
It's so
Duty complete.
Phew.
I found a rock.
just stones them to death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Conjurer's damage is arrow,
Wind and rock.
wind, and stone, which, yeah, rock.
Like mini druids, kind of.
Eat. You're just gonna stone them to death.
Now it's time for
Really
the
bad, actually.
overly animu shiny cutscene.
Hear, feel, think.
Oh. Giving me some upskirt. Of my own skirt.
It's actually kind of impressive, considering
Yeah.
how long the robes we're wearing are.
Right?
I don't know.
Crystal bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown
I'm guessing
dim.
that fight gave you no issue.
And as it hath faltered, so hath
Okay.
darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
I wonder what kind of mushrooms I've eaten today. I'm floating in space and talking to a giant rock.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Big rock.
So I get slightly curious. And who's the voice actor for her?
Alright, today you'll be auditioning for the role of giant space rock voice.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Awake again, are we? Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back. I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most
big
commonly
knife.
used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion. Piratical being the most probable.
Seafaring men in Limsa Lominsa? Surely you must be joking.
In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether? I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh!
Yes, no, I do.
Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation.
Do you think Heidelin would be offended if you licked her to find out?
In the meantime,
Please
I
do not
suggest
lick
you deliver
Heidelin.
this knife to your people, along with a warning concerning
Or,
the pirate's probable involvement in this murky
Or I have been through the
business.
story. Please do not lick her.
Do not lick the giant
days
rock.
ahead promise little rest, I fear.
I will lick the rock.
May our paths cross again, under the
Then I
light
will
of
make
the
soup
crystal.
from it.
I've heard of stone soup, and it seems like a very strange idea.
I've made it multiple times.
Sounds a little crunchy.
Nah.
And now I get to gauge how long each person's fight took by seeing how long after I come out of the cutscene you come out of the cutscene. I came out of it pretty soon after.
I was out by the before you started talking, so I may have actually beaten you out.
Well, when I came out, it was showing a cutscene symbol for you. Like, you see the film symbol beside Snowcat?
Yep. Getting out.
That symbol means that you're in a cutscene. Now it's gone.
That may be so. However, I was out before you said I can judge how long each battle took.
Yeah. I didn't say it immediately.
That would imply that I was out before you had anything to judge.
Well, when I came out of the cutscene, both of you were still in, but you were only still in for like 3 or 4 more seconds. Alright. Let's
Not
see.
sure if the words I'm saying are making any sense to you for some reason.
I don't know.
I was out of the cutscene before you said that.
Yes, that is true. But Snow wasn't yet. She is now. Hello.
True.
Yep. Wait, no, invite to party? How dare.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have to do that.
We don't automatically do that.
Yeah, that's a shame. It'd be nice if they could just have you in the instance by yourself, but without technically removing you from the party. But oh well. Back to the farm.
I love how he just slid while running.
Oh yeah, sometimes that happens. It happens with casters too sometimes. It's actually kind of funny.
Because you're sort of like trapped in another animation for a moment.
Yep, you can get. You can sometimes get animation locked. It's.
It's a bit silly sometimes. Now here's a tip: don't drink all of that orange juice, because there's a couple of quests later that require orange juice. So hang on to at least 2 of those bottles. Can you tell me about the sailor's knife, sir?
Oh yes, yes, Dola.
I likes me some Stola.
She's pretty.
It's got a fun attitude. Alright, washed up. Let's see. Sea sloth. Gross. I think this person is on the other side. Yeah. Did you do a yeet?
Yee. I did.
Hey, buddy. I did your thing with the shovel. Thank you for money. Bye. Water. Hello, Mr. Water.
The one for this one is on the other side of around
Of the
here.
building.
Well, around the other side of the
Oh, yes.
there.
Gate.
It's like right here. There you go.
It is damn near outside of the orange circle.
Sometimes they do that to mess with you.
Yeah. Let me deal with.
They don't want to make it too obvious where it is.
I wouldn't want the indicator to actually be fucking useful like it's supposed to be.
It's technically in the circle. Mostly. Bet your beard I did. How did he know? They programmed him to recognize my beard.
He did because he didn't say that to me.
Oh, really?
Really.
That's funny. What did he say instead? Do you bet you're something else?
I said
Maybe-
I reckon I did.
Which item did you choose from the list?
The
The
violent
skirmishing one or the slaughter one?
Yeah. Slaughter.
I did skirmishing. I wonder if that's why. I don't know. It would be funnier if they actually took into account your appearance choices, though.
Keep reading it as slacking women.
Mm-hmm. How dare.
It's believable.
Alright, time to kill some pucks.
Not quite Durgans.
Not quite. But they try real hard.
They're trying to be Durgans, then I get to murder them.
They're attempted Durgans.
Attempted Durkins, yes. I like that. Splat. Attempted
I just
Durgans that are a
figure-
third of our level.
Seeing as they're attempting to be a Durgan, then it would be me that would be the most offended by this and slaughter them. Kind of like dragons and kobolds
Kobolds?
in
Yeah, that seems fair.
D&D.
Yes. I still remember when
Kobolds are
kobolds
just
were
attempted
canines
dragons.
rather than mini dragons.
Little sex lizards.
That's what they are now. But back in 2nd edition, they were dogs. I don't know why they changed that.
Dog-ish.
Dog-
Definitely
Dog-ish.
dog-ish.
Dog adjacent.
They were as dog adjacent as the current ones are dragon adjacent.
They had scales.
I'm not sure if they
see
did in
the logical
second.
lead. They did.
Did they?
Hey,
Fish also have scales or fish durgans now.
Yes.
might as well be.
Water
forget.
Durgans.
Oh no, I still Yay!
Got your workers back. Oh, time to go emote at somebody for a quest.
Want me to do what? Okay. Whee!
Emote quest. Whee.
Hey! Ta-da! I landed on
Follow
top
that
of the
Durgan lady.
Follow the Durgan butt? Follow the Durgan butt.
Yes. You know, the thing you would normally do anyway.
I mean...
The Durg Fuchs.
An interesting creature.
Ye-
Yes. Let's see, I've got two entries left on the hunting log for the moment. One of them's here, one of them's in lower.
Hey!
You, sir, I slash doubt thee. I wonder what doubt looks like if you don't target anybody. No. You still point your finger, but just vaguely in front of you.
Over here? Okay.
Time to go into the big purple gas circle. We win. Okay, buddy? Let me hover hand from a couple feet away. You'll feel better because I'm waving my hand at you.
Cooked dodo.
I could go for some fried chicken.
In my Final Fantasy cookbook, I actually have a recipe for roast dodo, but it's well, since we don't have dodos in real life, they use duck, but still,
Duck, okay, yeah.
but still very numb.
Sounds good. That's why we don't have dodos anymore. We already ate them all. This way. Also, after this, we should probably head up north and do that quest over by where the megalo crabs are.
Yeet. Here, have oranges. Have oranges. They'll keep you from getting scurvy.
Yes.
And Brussels sprouts.
Yarzons. That's over there, okay. Brussels sprouts can be pretty good too.
I eat them raw,
I've never tried that.
like a little pop it in your mouth cabbage.
Yeah.
I said, like just like other cabbages, they do cabbage things.
Get very farty.
Just a cabbage thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Water spooters.
Giant spooters.
Daddy long legs.
If you
But
can
crab-
look at their little faces, like up close, they look so goofy looking.
They're like daddy long leg crabs.
They're what?
Fucking, yeah, what the fuck are they called? Japanese spider crabs.
Yeah, that's about right. Wait time. Pretty generous with these level syncs, though. It's like, oh, you're fighting level 2 stuff. You can still be level 9. Get him. Time for sushi feast. Thank you, heals. So skittery. Bet. Blurp.
They just turn into like this weird tangle.
Yeah.
Some of the death animations is like really goofy looking.
Everyone was like missed a lot of frames of animation. He's just like M die blep.
I mean, there's
Suddenly he's a pile.
Some of the slimes in this game are actually kind of funny. They just bleh.
Yeah.
Just what the fuck?
I am bleh.
Just bleh.
Yeah. Yeah. The Vilekin. Hey, level up. Alright, let's see. Back to Summerford Farms. And then I think that guy up there. The Outs Dry quest. New.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Eh?
The lamb one.
Lamb. On the lamb.
Yeah.
Kai want to do on the lamb? Hmm? Huh?
Come here,
to
you
you
giant cotton
too.
bolt.
Giant mothballs.
Yeah. Such floof. You're killing innocent floofs.
Not really innocent flukes.
Well, those ones weren't part of the fate.
Oh well.
It was still fun though.
Poor little buggers.
They were in the way.
When we get back to Summerford, we should probably have a break. Seems like a good time.
Why am I not?
Did you target them?
I did, but it threw me out because level sync
Me-
broke.
Ah,
I think walking outside the circle broke the level sync.
yeah.
If this asshole would stop going outside of the circle to get their aggro,
He's just proactively teamworking.
that's not proactive teamwork. That's being an ass.
There. If you see a gatherer running around, and there is like an enemy or something that you're trying to get, do not put the danger puddle on them.
Yes.
They have low health, and it will kill them.
I mean, just generally
And
don't.
it's flat out.
Just generally don't let the danger puddles go onto their players at all. But especially not if it's somebody who's mining or cutting down trees.
Yeah, because I was on my botanist one time and someone was trying to do that. I'm like, you fucker, leave me alone.
Let me murder these trees in peace. Swift Paw. That's cute.
It's adorable. They threw a heel at me.
That's silly. Here you go, buddy. I'll take this one. I'm a monk. Not this game's version of a monk, the religious priest monk. Alright. Before we pick up the next quest, how about we have a quick break?
Okay.
Alright. be right back then.
And now I'm back to ugly bullshit. Lovely.
Yep, us too. We're back.
Apron.
You look super fluffy and huggable, though. Yep. Well, added.
Well, ear covers.
Yee.
Alright, I'll be back. Computer's ready, so.
Blech.
I am returned,
Hero.
bro.
I see dinner's been earlier lately.
A little bit.
Certainly give you some energy, it seems like.
Might as well run in circles while getting food.
Well, we need to do some Loma maintenance, though.
What?
Some loam maintenance. Are you maintaining your loam properly?
Oh,
I guess. I surely hope so. Fuck's a loam.
loam, like soil.
Oh, sure. That's exactly what that means.
Dirt.
It's like fancy moss dirt. It's good for gardens.
Specifically black loam. Well, hope you're wearing gloves.
Is fertile soil of clay and sand containing humus.
Not the kind of hummus that kind of hummus
no.
that lesbians love.
Yeah, not the lesbian space paste. The other hummus.
I do love me some lesbian space paste.
I love that I can confuse people with that phrase at first.
Very easily, I should think.
Had you confused for a solid 10 minutes.
Yeah? It's not an easy phrase to wrap your head around without context.
Oh yes, black loam. Also known as cowshed.
Very good for gardens.
Or in this case, buffalo shit.
That's an assertion.
No,
I missed the button.
Oh.
Have one to hand over.
You what?
I don't have one to hand over.
You don't? You didn't drink it, did you?
No? Oh, there it is.
oh hey, it's another hunt.
I'm an
It's a
idiot.
giant ladybug.
Oh. Where? Oh, Skog's Fru. That's a crazy name.
Yeah,
That's
giant
what-
ladybug. Also level
Murder?
No.
Not level 50. You will explode.
I want to explode.
Immediately. Not the fun way.
Hey!
Oh, we need to kill some of these grounded raiders. Yeah. And as many raiders. And dash 3, I think.
Oh jeez.
Nope, one more. Somebody pissed off the Mandragoras too.
Yeah, that would be Kai.
They were connected.
Everybody's mad.
Yeet. All the things.
Alright. There.
I gotcha.
All right, let's scoop up some buffalo poop.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, because we're in a party together. It all counted for us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean that.
Unlike quest
not having
objectives.
enough
Thankfully, the hunt log shares itself properly.
unless I don't need it. Don't need it.
Unless you don't need it.
Then it won't share.
No. We've all got our own individual needs. Look at all this fancy loam hanging around with all these buffaloes. Do you think they came up with the name black loam just so that they wouldn't have to call it poop?
Possibly. Be a dangerous fucking place to go in real life.
Oh yeah. Sometimes there's a fate here that has a super strong buffalo in the middle, and that's real dangerous if you're alone.
Oh yeah.
Like a cul-de-sac filled with giant herbivores, that is the last place you want to fucking be.
Yes. Agreed. Also, I think I've discovered why our stream viewership levels are lower than yesterday's. Jesse Cox is streaming Final Fantasy XIV right now. So everybody looking for Final Fantasy XIV streams is probably going to him.
Either that or watching people do like the new content and everything.
Perhaps that as well. Combination of these things for sure.
Probably because I'm here, let's be honest.
No.
I just haven't discovered how much fun a Fuchs is.
That's adorable.
Hold on, Kai. We don't have snow yet.
I was putting lucid
I'm
dreaming
just
in
sneaking
my-
up over here.
Also need to shove more chili in my face.
That famous Marauder stealth technique.
Yes.
Yep, no witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, I accidentally played a Viking. Go figure.
Yes.
My secret is out. I was making a Viking dragon all along.
Fus Roda?
A real Viking, not that bullshit.
Here's my level.
Can't stand in the fire. Oh no.
Toasty. Warm bum.
This.
What is...
Oh look, it's a fate in a cul-de-sac. I wonder.
Called that one. Very scary when you're alone, but three of us, we should be able to handle it.
Oh, we're also above level, so we have to level sync for it.
Yeah. By one level, too. I might add. Try to bring the guy back out here so that there's not as many baddies around him that are gonna spawn. Okay, come back towards the entrance to the cul-de-sac.
I
Yeah, that's good. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Menuis very close to the name of a weird type of food?
I think so.
All right. Done.
Oh, that was actually almost not that bad of a thing. I feel like that could have been pretty unscary on my own,
Yeah.
Maybe.
considering it was down 2/3 health before I was told to make it move.
Tell you this though, a solo arcanist is very squishy in that situation.
Ah, but see, from my perspective, I was not being very squishy at all.
Exactly. Full Viking mode.
Yeah. A Lancer could hold their own relatively well too, so.
Yeah, probably. They're pretty durable.
Yep.
Just waiting for this chili to fucking bite me. I know it will.
I found a spicy part in mine.
Is this leftovers from yesterday?
I
Yeah.
believe so, yeah.
But not only did I slice up a whole other jalapeno in it, but I decided to add a little bit more heat because the jalapenos were weak this year.
Mmm.
Plus, it's getting towards winter, so they're imports, which means who knows what they were.
They fell in the water.
But to add a little bit of extra heat, I grabbed my Trinidad Scorpion Flakes, and then promptly lost control of the lid.
Oh, jeez.
Whee!
I've had that happen to me with less terrifying peppers, and that's still intimidating.
Could have been worse. Oh.
Oh, do you see Fate?
No, I saw Ellie Nash. She kind of cute, though. I recognized the name, so I wanted it. Clearly
I
some
don't.
sort of cosplay. It's a different game.
And I know it's Glamour Gear they have one too. So.
Which glamour?
The shorts there with the bandana around the leg, comes from the Island Sanctuary, the, not Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm. You only added that recently.
The top, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but it's like, I haven't gotten it. I think it's Smog Station, but I'm not sure. The hat, I have on my main, White Mage class, the Quaintrails, I believe, unless it's the one with the glasses too, which would be, you make those by crafting. The boots are the half boots, also crafted. And yeah.
Which half of the boots do you get? The left or the right?
Half, the regular boots come up to your knee, the other, the half boots come up to, like, maybe your ankle.
Half?
Yeah.
Looks like we're going into Megalo Crab territory soon. So Snowcat, I don't know about your hunting log, but I've just got the lightning sprite left right now. You're probably the same, I'm guessing.
Maybe, not sure. I'm in
Kai, how many
cutscene.
things do you have left in your hunting log if you're only on show incomplete?
I think I only have 2. 1 second, let me check. One.
Okay, and what is it?
Megalo
The Megalo
Giant
crabs, right?
crab.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have that done in a minute.
They're
Then a
fairly
new set will
large.
unlock. They're pretty mega.
Yep, they're fairly large.
You're gonna need a
Like,
lot of garlic butter.
Yeah, real life, you can, like, I would totally be a happy camper because that's a lot of crab meat.
Oh yeah, delicious. I don't know who told crabs they were allowed to be that delicious, but they are.
I think anybody told them anything.
You don't know that. I like how you can actually see most of the capital city from here. It's pretty. Oh, somebody's repairing gear. We're selling stuff.
It has a new axe.
Neat. I have a new book. But I don't hit people with it most of the time.
The double-sided variety, a Labras, if you will.
I may.
You, Snoo.
Selling the bronze pieces I had for monies.
Well, I guess if you're going to sell them, you might as well do it for monies.
Yep.
Yeah, I suppose I might as well do that too then. Yes, game, I know what shops are, thank you. I've heard of them before.
Ah.
It's true.
Whee!
What are you goofs doing?
That was doing.
Oh, slapping the Moogle.
Dude.
I don't know. I was finding entertainment.
Alrighty. Shall we go slap around a deserter?
Yeet.
Sounds good to me.
Also, there's an epic
Cock
yeet
push-ups?
opportunity coming up.
There's a what now?
Epic yeeting opportunity.
Ah, yes.
I remember how much Kai used to like throwing herself off of things in other games.
Sometimes accidentally.
Sometimes. But not all
Such
the
as
time.
in Swatter. There were a couple accidental yeets in Swatter. That was fun.
Alright. So this is basically a series of ramps that goes down, but you can just jump off the edge. It's a lot faster. Whee!
I wanted to make it an even more epic
Crunch.
one. That didn't work.
There's more epic ones available later in the game, too. And then you can come back upwards again, because the guys are over here.
Megala crabs are over here.
That's true. We'll get them in a second.
And it's a fate.
Alright, we'll do that first. Since there's a time
Meow.
associated with it.
Freaking Sherry Sheridan. I'll even fucking dare.
Oh, Kaya, make sure you turn on your tanking button again.
For something that doesn't turn off, it seems to fucking turn off an awful lot.
Going through zone transitions into different instances will turn off your stuff. Contrary to what it says. Oh, also level syncing will mess that up too. Also contrary to what it says.
Dang crap.
Yay.
Alright, what's my hunter thingy look like now? Fireflies, mossless gubu, fat dodos, moribee moles.
These things will be mostly in the
Keekin
next
egg
zone we
digger,
go to.
Rotano buccaneer, dusk bat, puck hatchling, and hedge mole. Quite a few.
Yep. We have some things to kill over here for our class quest.
I just need to report to the Axemaster.
Alrighty. We'll be able to do that pretty soon. Alright, back up the ramp a little bit. We got our story quest lad over here. Over Nia, you might even say.
No.
And we go over Nia
Yeet.
when we're ready. Neum!
Meow.
I can't wait till we get our horse birds.
Yeah. You can name your horse birds.
In fact, you have to.
Solo sing.
Yeah, I might do that again, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. Unparty.
Yep. See you all on the other side.
Indeed. Let's get him. Oh look, it's Two-Face. Is Batman here?
I'm Batman.
Nice.
It's a Highlander.
Retrievers. Yeah. It can be only one.
Fuck you.
And somebody pissed off the ground.
Don't do me any favors, bitch.
Okay, I won't. Yep, danger puddle.
No, whatever shall I do? Okay, that might be a little bit. Okay. That's fine. I dodged it.
He did another danger puddle just as I was doing the last spell to finish him off, so he was like, eh, I'll stay here.
Blech.
Bleh.
Well, that was easy.
This guy's so dark, he even has his own special text bubbles.
Right, I am no ordinary adventurer. What was your first clue? The blue hair?
Yeah.
Or the name floating above my head that marks me as a player character?
That's a bit of a giveaway. Oh, the lady with the stick has arrived.
Gastola. E.
Yee. Oh, now my character's monitor is glitching out.
Yeah, that's how tides work.
The Lesser Moon. That, yeah.
Her pressure gauge is all shiny. You okay, Snow?
Something in the dialogue, I'm like, oh, if you only knew.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here biting my tongue, just like, hey, no, no.
Mm-hmm. It's fun seeing things over again after you know more stuff, isn't it?
Oh, motherfucker.
Did it kick you?
Yes, it did.
Whoopsies.
Boo. If it did it during the cutscenes, you can skip the one, like the initial one that you saw already. If it makes you redo cutscenes that you've seen already.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if that happens when you get back. It's a Hagen.
Squeaks, fix your shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the servers do a little hiccup now and again. Ishtola.
Well, also with it being the day after patch and everything like that, people are flooding the servers to do the new stuff. So
Yeah. A little extra strain there. Okay.
and I'm also sure you can actually get her outfit.
Snow's like, I'm out of the cutscene. Time to run around like a lunatic.
Whee!
Need to burn this energy.
I have just bounced myself off of things before doing this.
I'm glad they don't let
Like,
you yeet yourself off of like death cliffs into water and stuff, though. Only to places that you could actually go to otherwise.
there's a place in Stormblade you can literally eat yourself off of into water. It's actually kind of fun.
I know I've thrown myself off of a giant waterfall a couple times. Man over there is fighting water.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's a water sprite. You also have lightning, you have earth, and you have fire.
And more.
Oh, and wind.
Don't forget lightning. That's what's on our hunting log.
I said lightning.
Oh. I missed that one.
That was like the second one. I said after water. Boing, 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 boing.
Boingy, 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 boingy. Have you guys been in the gummy berry juice again?
Maybe. So,
I get that reference.
same.
Yeah.
Also, those aren't potions. They're gummy juice.
Yeah. Alright, so they want us to go back to Summerford Farms, but there's another quest just over here. I think we might as well slap that quest out of the way while we're nearby.
You ever smacked water before?
But has water smacked you?
Yes.
No, she was fighting it.
Neum.
New.
Free Malm Bend. That's a good name.
Neat.
Moms are way cooler than Miles. Horse bird.
Horse bird.
Alright. Pronounce this name.
Vadhavaka.
I like it.
Yeah.
What do you mean close?
Hmm?
What do you mean close? What's your point of evidence there?
Well, did you say the first part?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, you got it.
Alright, time to have more crabs. You got any garlic butter left?
I believe so.
Excellent.
Ready.
Come on, Snow.
Yee.
Yeah.
Boing, boing, boing.
Oops. I accidentally sprinted.
Yeah.
I had to hurry up into the fight that I was already in. Oh, that water got pissed off.
Anger water.
I think that's the first time I've ever said that phrase. That pissed off water. Oh, by the way, Kai, because you have that make people angry button, you should have a new thing on your screen that has a crystal that lights up whenever it's on. You can move that if you want. You can move that somewhere else on the screen if you want to.
In the
What you do?
HUD layout, you can.
Yeah, hit escape, and on the main menu there's a HUD layout button, and that will allow you to move it. And everything else if you feel like it.
Yep. I have mine kind of down and in the right corner, so when I look down, I can see exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, eat.
Most of classes have something similar where they have some sort of weird gauge of some sort that goes somewhere on the screen. Although I haven't seen one for dragoons. But pretty much everybody else seems to have something.
Yeah, dragoons have something.
I don't remember them having one of those meter thingies. Unless it's at a higher level than I've been to. It might happen later, I don't know.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Cool.
Do the chili kick your ass eventually?
I've hit a couple of hot spots.
Yeah. I've had that sort of thing happen to me before. It definitely tends to be like, oh, there's a danger pocket. Also, I like the... Remember that cul-de-sac full of the giant angry herbivores?
Uh-huh.
On the map, it's labeled as the cook pot.
I appreciate that.
It's full of beef. Angry, angry beef.
The angriest of beef.
Yes.
Big angry beef.
Have you
Very.
tried fighting a buffalo before? Holy crap.
I think that's an experience I will pass up in real life. I see you rallying each other. Like how they have these just like ballooned air buoys floating above the water here.
Be glad I'm not a Lalafell. I could have chosen the most annoying Lalafell voice.
Oh no.
People notorious. People hear this and they're like, okay, where the fuck are you?
Wrong way. Sorry, my bad.
Just like, where y'all
Over here.
going?
Trying to go back up. I forgot that the up is actually over here. I have misplaced my up.
Okay. That happens to me all the time.
Yeah. I think in your case it's because Artemis keeps stealing it all.
I'll be up.
She always has all of the up.
She does steal a lot of up.
She is the keeper of the up.
I'm gonna tell her we're talking about her.
I over-upped her the other day in Borderlands, though. I found
True.
the up and it was mine.
It was your
All
up.
mine.
Yeah.
Where's Paige?
Funny the things you can pull off when you're that exhausted, isn't it?
Yes. How obvious was it?
Before or after you told us how exhausted you were 5 times?
Just in general.
Honestly, if you hadn't said it, it wouldn't have been super obvious.
There were several... Wow.
What kind of crackhead terminology is that?
There were several points where I was running forward or moving in a direction that was a long distance of one direction with my eyes closed.
Whoops. Get your micro naps while you can, huh?
A couple of times they came on their own when I was trying to shoot things, which is why I would miss things so often.
They do that. Sometimes those micro naps have a mind of their own. Oh, look, Severin's back.
I read that as LOL.
Lol.
Lol, your return.
Oh, I didn't realize that we were having this discussion on Twitter.
Wait, conversations on Twitter? People have those? I thought it was,
Quote.
unabated
Sorry,
hatred.
Did I fail to properly pronounce the quotation marks around that word?
Yes.
Alright, so we got pirates working for Sahagin who are kidnapping people. Each man must sail in accordance to his own moral compass.
No.
Alright.
To the wench. Who's drowning?
Aye. Let's save her. Alright, might as well hit return then. Good time to use up our cooldown.
Oh, I just teleported between this person's boobs.
Wow.
That's a fucking thing.
Good timing.
This person's name is Chicken Fish.
What?
This person's name is Chicken Fish.
Chicken fish? They
Yeah,
haven't
over
spawned
here.
in on my screen yet. Come on, game, you can do it.
So they are.
Yeah.
And they're dressed as an edgelord.
Yeah.
There
They have
you
an
are.
act. That's what you can be.
I'm not going to be
Yes.
an edgelord.
What about a chicken fish?
No.
Alright.
Whee!
Yeah, that's right. I'm a gay robot.
And that's all I will ever be.
Gay robot Durgan Fuchs. Reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from Angen to Keelholland. Kindly gent that he is. It's a very gentle keel hauling.
Yay, an in-room.
Isn't that kind of redundant now that we just get rest from being in town in general, though? That's quite the makeup on that cat girl, though. The white-colored lipstick
Yeah.
stands out. Also, she has a cool hat. It's too bad leave quests are so crap.
Well, battle ones are at least. The crafting
Yeah.
and gathering ones not so much.
Yeah, alright, now we have recommendations.
New pets.
Very handy. You're home away from home. Have you ever heard of the Skylift? No, we weren't just there a minute ago.
Macri is her name.
Mm-hmm.
I like the shade of blue they made her eyes. They're really pretty.
It is. And Kai is doing her quest imaging at the guild. Okay, nice. Actually, this is probably going to be a good spot to log out for the night.
Mm-hmm.
That guy has a bow as tall as he is.
Which one?
That guy just ran past us, the bard. I
Ah,
think he had the big, huge, crazy magic bow.
I don't know, it should be. I think I saw them go into here, so. There she is. Jump over. Whee!
You're okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you want to do a little bit more stuff, or do we call it a night?
I just have to talk to.
Batteron? Or somebody else?
We're cute.
Gesundheit.
Hee.
By the way,
I'm
don't
so-
don't,
I
don't
can
bother
talk
taking
to you, but I
Tamakri's
don't need
quest.
to. I don't need to talk to you right now. I can, but I don't need to.
Are you sure the person you're
Where
looking
the
for is in here?
Fuck is this person?
Do what?
Oh wait, no, you're up all the way over. Never mind. I'm looking for somebody who's somewhere else. The Skylift bitch.
Careful, you're gonna walk over the bowl of pears. The guy's got a capybara.
Yep. Capybara minion. They're
And he's
so
standing there
cute.
very proud of himself.
Neat.
A fancy dance. They have some very odd dances in this game.
Oh, if I was on my main, I could show you some of the really weird ones.
Like the harvest dance?
Weirder than that.
Wow, that's saying something.
Have you optional quest storyline that is just you will
Between-
absolutely lose your shit laughing. The Manderville.
I see what you're doing, Kai.
Ta-da!
You've almost completely merged into her.
Well, I'm a little bit too short for that, but
There's a picture we saw the other day of There's an NPC we haven't met yet who wears sort of like an extra skirt over top of her dress, but it's got like a little window in the back of it. And somebody playing a Lalafell like merged into her, like stood like right inside of her character model. And it was just perfectly lined up so their face was peeking out through the little window in the back of her skirt.
Where is it? One of my one of the ones when I first started out, where is it? Oh yeah. I'll just throw it into pictures. I was being a personal space invader.
Uh-huh.
There.
Oh god, that looks terrifying from the front. Oh god. Hold on. I can take a screenshot of this. Well, let me switch the screen back on as well.
We've just managed to do what that one thing was in the swatter bug that we found.
Yeah. Alright, look at the stream.
Yep. Can also just rotate my camera around to see it.
True. That's horrifying. You're a one person with two faces.
A cat tail, a dragon tail, 4 legs, 4 tits.
I think I saw that on TV the other day.
Oh my gosh.
I don't need to know what you watch on HBO.
You really don't.
Oh dear.
Well, or if you
All
go,
right.
I guess.